Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vobes Show. Yes, we're back. Well, I'm back. With me in the studio today is the wonderful Mr Suggett.
Good evening.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, no, I'm good, thank you. Very
Excellent,
good.
excellent.
It is the 24th of August 2018, and today we are making curry. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've got spicy things on the mind, because not only is it curry, which is all stuff from your garden,
Yep.
if I remember rightly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we've got some spicy things to try. But Mr Suggett tells me we've got to get the meal on quick because it takes 40 minutes to cook. Is that right?
That's right. We got to make sure we eat in front of everyone, haven't we?
Oh yeah, we've got to scoff our heads off.
We don't want to cook it in front of them and then not show it.
No, that's right. Yeah, because they want to see us vomiting into that bag. No. I've got a lot of faith in you, Mr Suggett. I've got a lot of faith. But before we get the meal going, let's just make sure there are people out there, and indeed there are. Cynthia Walder is there, James DeWill, Cushty Phil, said James DeWill, Henry, thank you for joining me, Kevin Hall, Anne Osborne, Mark Taylor, Steve Pilfold, Nigel Slater, Wendy Wakelin, hello Wendy, how is the old steam engine, Victoria, Anne Osborne, the lovely Julia, Ian Beddoes, Paul, Suzanne Watts, Kevin Hall, and many, many more. So we'll come to Terence Dacom, Neil Gardner, Paul Heiner. So many. It's so good to see
They're
you.
all coming in tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Friday night. They're all kicking off. I hope you've all got yourself a glass of something jolly. You've got a glass of something jolly, haven't you?
I have.
What
Just
have you
seen my auntie's there as well.
Oh, your aunt. Hello,
Hi,
auntie.
Pauline.
Hello, auntie. All right, auntie. What are you drinking?
I am drinking some cider thing you gave me
Yes,
earlier.
here we are. He's got the list. He's had the dregs, ladies and gentlemen, of the special reserve from Biddenden vineyards even. I did have a little bit myself.
Can you tell?
No, not at all. And now I'm on the heavy stuff, the nice H2O, pure H2O, I should say. But Mr. Suggett said, "Chuck it away." I said, "No, it's a little bit of memento. We'll put it up here, where it's bound to fall and make a little smash in the show." Anyway, it's lovely to see you. Now, I'm hoping that standing by is our Vobomatic operator, Steve. And yes, he is there. He says, "I'm standing by, sir." Righto, Gov. What's happened to the pony behind? Oh,
don't call it a pony.
no, don't say that. Well, I think it's one of those My Little Pony jobs. Oh, it's a unicorn. I beg your pardon. There we are. She had a bit of the Biddenden Vineyard cider, and of course unicorns aren't good with cider, just so you know. Thank you very much, Steve, for that. So, Mr Suggett, Friday night, what could possibly be better on a Friday to eat than...
Curry.
A curry? Ooh.
A curry.
And you're in a hurry to get the curry on the go.
Well, as I said, it's going to take about 40 minutes to cook. It's all vegetable curry, this one. Everything, apart from a few bits, have came from my allotment on my garden.
Oh, fantastic. So what are you growing at the moment in your allotment?
Everything. Everything's coming in at the moment. It's a fantastic time of year to be a vegetable gardener, to be honest.
I'm hoping that the lovely Julia is going to be sowing her winter veg just as you're sowing your winter veg soon.
Well, I've sown winter veg already.
Oh, you've sown
but
it?
Some of my plants are going to Julia as well.
Oh, great. Well, we've got to build this. We've got to build this anti-cat fence.
Yeah.
So that her cats don't do the nasty.
Yeah, well, we'll be looking at getting those plants in within the next few weeks.
Right, so we've got to get on with that then.
Yeah.
That's basically what we're saying.
Chop, chop.
Sunday we'll go and do it. Well, Sunday, I think it's raining Sunday. But anyway, never mind that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a second camera here. This is, now you may not know what that is, but that's actually looking down. Could you put your hand in there just so we know it works? There we go. That is looking down. It's on automatic pilot, actually. It looks like automatic exposure. It's looking down at the, there we go, brighten it up a bit. It's looking down at the pan. So we've got our antique, what do you call it? Stove. There it is. And we're going to get going with stuff. So what do we need to, let's get rid of my laptop. There we go. What do we need to start with?
Well, we need to get the fire on the go.
Oh, get the fire on the go. Right, get the flame.
So, I will do that.
Yeah, because just bear in mind, there is a camera immediately above it, so I don't want that to melt.
Yep, no, I'm keeping my eye on that.
Yeah, keep it nice and low. He's striking the match, ladies and gentlemen. And there it is. The fire is on.
The fire is on.
Fire is on. So what? So we're cooking a vegetable curry.
Yep. So onto this pan, in this pan is just a bit of oil.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oil of Ulay?
No, rapeseed oil.
Oh, rape
Yep.
oil. I mean, rapeseed oil. The oil of a rape seed. Well, that's very nice. Thank you very much. So you're going to heat that up.
Heat that up, and into that
Yeah.
I've got some shallots. Now it should be onions.
Have you got a lot of shallots?
There's a few shallots in there.
A few
these,
shallots.
These are actually from last year.
Oh, are they?
Harvested, yeah.
Oh, right. Is that what counts for the green mould and stuff? No, there's no green mould, ladies and gentlemen. No green mould. What's he talking about? So in they go, ladies and
I've
gentlemen.
put those in, and we'll just get those.
Sizzling.
Yeah.
Is that the idea? They will sizzle. Look at those, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, it's on automatic. I'm going to see if I can do something about the properties of that whilst you tell everybody else what's going on.
Yes, so we're just going to. I can't think of a word.
Stir?
No.
No.
Sweat. Just going
Sweat.
to sweat these down
oh, right.
for a
He's
little
going to
bit.
sweat. So, do I need to put a peg on my nose?
No. Just sweat these onions down till they're a bit soft, just for about a minute.
Yeah. You do that. Sorry, I'm just, ladies and gentlemen, just adjusting this camera, which for some reason I can't seem to turn it off from auto. I don't know why. Maybe there's a right sound. Don't need the sound.
Now,
Turn that off. Oh, there we go.
it's got the pan up nice and hot now. So
there we are. I'll just save that so we don't interfere with the camera. There we go. Look at that. So you're sweating that.
sweating it now. As I said, the recipe does call for one onion, but I've used shallots. No real difference.
Right. So there's no difference between an onion and a shallot.
Well, there is a noticeable difference in flavour. Or shallots have a slightly milder flavour, shall we say?
Milder.
Milder.
Not mouldier flavour.
No. Mild.
Rapeseed oil apparently is nice to cook with.
It is very nice to cook with.
Oh, well, fantastic.
It also can be. It can be a UK oil. A lot of rape farms around here are growing.
Oh, are they?
rapeseed,
Oh, right. So sunflower oil could come from all over the place.
Yeah.
Not the product of one country.
Well, I mean, rapeseed oil can come from all over the place as well, but it's something we can
do.
We can do.
Good evening to admin Queen Claire. Hello, Queen Claire. Lovely to see you. Thanks so much for coming along. Vicky Allen and a Friday rainy night. Where am I? So all cosy on my sofa watching both of you. Thank you very much, Vicky. That's good. Pan Cam. Oh, that's a good name. Yes, thanks. Joe Smith just said, just to let you know, the makers of sugar and spice chutney will be watching. Oh, fantastic. We have sugar and spice chutney here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just show you the camera. This is brilliant. Here we go. Not been opened, not been tried. And we're going to get on and try that once you've got the cooking underway. We have 3 different chili-based sauces, I suppose you'd say. So first of all, we got this one, which is Up the Garden, limited edition, Scotch bonnet and lemon sauce, which I've already decanted into a little ramekin jobby here. And we're going to test that out. We've got sugar and spice homemade hot chili lime chutney. I love lime with curries and chilies. Absolutely love lime.
Yeah.
I think lime is an amazing flavour. So we've got that, and we did go to the chili
Fiesta,
and
West
I
End Gardens.
purchased this. How do you pronounce this? Pepperoncino?
I think she said it. Was it on your podcast?
Yeah,
She said
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pepper.
I know it's one of ours.
Something. Anyway, I picked that up there. I've been eating. It's very mild, but I just thought you might want to try that.
I'll give it a try.
So before we get to that, ladies and gentlemen, we're all on tenterhooks, of course. How's it going?
It's going good. I'm about to add the next few bits.
Oh, lovely. What are these bits?
Well, we have got some garlic,
Yep.
some ginger,
Right.
and some Scotch bonnet peppers. All have been chopped up and...
Fantastic. I'm sorry about the colours there. Looking here, they don't seem so vibrant on that, but actually on the other camera, on this camera, we've just got a webcam above, so you'll have to excuse the poor quality. But anyway,
Is it that light our player's doing it?
It could be anything. It could be anything. It probably needs the colour temperature change, but let's not get too technical about that. So that's all very good. While we're cooking, I should just remind everybody, the lovely Julia and I are going to attend at our mates at the Regency Townhouse in Brunswick Square in Hove next weekend. I think it's Saturday the 1st, if I got that right. Julia and I have been invited to dine like a servant It's a wonderful thing. So Julia, lovely Julia, do make sure you've got that in your diary, because the lovely Paul Couchman has been in touch and he's just reminding us, and I've got it in my diary, and we're definitely going. It's an exclusive thing. We have been privileged to go there and been invited for free. Most people have to pay about 40 odd quid to go there.
Yeah.
Are you going?
I'm not going to this one. I will be one day in the future.
I think it's brilliant. So yeah, check out the Regency Townhouse on Google. Have a search for that. You can go and dine like a servant.
The house itself is amazing to go visit as well.
It's a joy. It is a joy.
Yeah.
Right, so you've just opened a tin of something. What have you opened? Oh, hang on, I've cut to the wrong camera too. Prematurely, ladies and gentlemen.
Coconut milk.
Coconut milk.
Oh,
This is the one. There we are.
Yeah.
Coconut milk. This is ordinary tinned coconut milk from any old place. Okay.
Yeah, I've hidden the label, so we're not the BBC here.
No. And in it goes. So there's a whole big tin. That's like a soup's worth. How much? We haven't really spoken too much about the quantity of the ingredients, but how much are we going to end up with?
It says it's enough for 4 people.
4 people. Where did you get the recipe?
This is a Lidl, Aldi recipe.
Oh, an Aldi.
In their book, I came across it, and I've been sat on it for months waiting to cook it on here.
To cook it. Oh, that's very kind. Now, some people say Aldi, some people say Aldi. Now, I know you can take a baldy to Aldi, and you can have a piddle in Lidl, but Aldi, I don't know. I thought Aldi was a car. Anyway.
Aldi. That's easy for you to say.
It is very easy for me to say, and I'm pleased I said it. Well, actually, I didn't say it. Tonight, it's Glenn's 50th birthday, ladies and gentlemen, so we should all wish him happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Glenn. I hope you're not watching, and I hope you're down the pub with your mates getting a bit sozzled.
He did say he wasn't going to be on here tonight, which is, I was going to sing him happy birthday as well, but as he's not here, I can't.
I'm glad you didn't, because I haven't got the earplugs. James DeWill is worried you won't just sweat the onions, but sweat yourselves in the small studio. This is a palatial studio, James DeWill. Palatial. There's at least 3 foot in front of the camera before you meet the wall and the window.
There's massive of space between us.
But there's masses of space. Look, I can put my whole finger out without actually reaching him, so we're perfectly fine. Steve says he went to the greengrocer and asked for some onions, that they only had small ones. I said, haven't you got big ones? And he said, that's shallot, matey. That's shallot. And I think you sort of answered that earlier about the green onions. Glenn apparently is here for 20 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my proud duty to introduce the singing veg grower, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard Suggett, as he does his rendition of, who was that? Marilyn Monroe.
I wish I hadn't said this now.
No, well, I'm glad you did. Here he is. Happy birthday. Off you go.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Glenn, happy birthday to you.
Yeah, what a cop-out, ladies and gentlemen, what a cop-out. Very soon, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to opening the spices, so don't go away. What are we waiting for now?
I'm going to bot a stock cube.
You're going to bot?
I'm going to drop a stock cube.
Into the mix, okay.
Into the mix.
What kind of a stock cube is it?
That one's a beef one, but the recipe did ask for a vegetable one. But...
Well, now you've completely cocked the whole thing up by putting beef in there. This is a vegetarian recipe, ladies and gentlemen. I should point that out. There is no animal has died in the making of that, apart from the one that's been shoved into a beef cube.
Well... It's the bones from an animal, isn't it? So they've used the meat off it, and they're using the bones to make the stock. So...
Yeah, but you could argue that the animal would still be alive and his bones would be nicely ensconced within the animal and not being used in a beef cube. But let's not go down that road tonight.
Yeah.
Because I am a meat eater, you're a meat eater, so it's just so happens that this recipe doesn't have meat.
Yeah.
Is that right? What are you doing now?
I'm opening up the tomatoes.
You said to me, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Suggett said to me, he says, I've got a recipe. I've got so many tomatoes. I don't know what to do with them.
Really have.
Show the lovely audience this.
Do you want to do it on the webcam?
You can do it on the webcam. Hold on a sec. There we go. It's a bit dark in that webcam. Show it to the other camera because I'm a bit worried they won't see the lovely... Look at that. They look luscious. Don't they look luscious, ladies and gentlemen? They look luscious. They lush. Oh, I've cut to the wrong camera. Oh, no, you're bunging them in.
So I'm bunging them in.
Sorry.
I've dropped one.
Where? On the floor?
Yeah, we're not going to get that one back.
Oh, well, never mind.
I've left a green on that one.
Oh, is that the stalk? Quick, cut away. Nobody will notice. Nobody will notice the mess that we're in here, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes in. Oh, yes. Oh, right, thanks. We've got 15 minutes. How long do you reckon it is going to take?
I think we just got to leave it now.
Okay.
We're going to throw in the courgettes.
Courgettes are going in. Here we are, lovely courgette. There's a lot of food there. I hope you're hungry.
Oh yeah, well, it's vegetables, isn't it? It's.
Oh right, so we can digest that. Yeah, it'll be a windy studio by the end of it, ladies and gentlemen.
And the vital ingredient, the curry powder.
And now, tell me, what is this? Is this pre-mixed curry powder, or is this stuff that you've got a pestle and mortar and mixed up? Is there specific ingredients in there? What makes that the curry powder that it is?
It's shop brought, I'm afraid to say.
Shop brought?
Shop brought. Yeah, I can't grow many of these ingredients in my garden.
No, okay. So
yet.
So the curry, this is the flavouring. There's no other anything else.
No.
But the key thing is it's homegrown vegetables. So that's the key thing. So and that's gone in. There it is. Look at that. Oh, lovely. Well, I can tell you the smells in the studio are wonderful. Now, do you add salt and pepper to this?
Well, I was going to add some salt.
Yeah, but pepper, of course, people are funny about black pepper in curry, don't they? Because it's not really a thing that goes.
I mean,
I've been told.
I like pepper.
I like pepper.
So
I like pepper, and I like food sometimes with my pepper. There we are. Bit of cheap salt from Morrison's. Shush. No advertising in this show.
We're BBC today.
No, we're definitely not the
No,
BBC.
no.
Otherwise, we'd have to be biased.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we are biased, but in our own individual way. So there, look at that. That looks absolutely luxurious. Thank you very much. Isn't that nice?
There we go.
So that's going to just sort of hang fire for a bit. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Cool.
Probably.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do our bit of tasting of these chilies in a second. But before we get to that, I just want to mention, people may have seen this. I put a post on Facebook earlier. The walks that I do as the Bald Explorer, when I'm doing my Bald Explorer, I bought this very interesting book called Walking at Weekends. This is an old 1930s book, I think, and it's got these wonderful old pictures of what Sussex used to look like in ye olde days. And I thought, rather than just go and do what I normally do and go, hello, I'm Richard Vobes, Bald Explorer, going out for a walk, I thought it'd be quite fun to grab, a few of these old-fashioned guidebooks and try and trace whether the walks are still there and if the roads, the places, the access and the buildings and the architecture and the wonderful descriptions are still the same. And have we lost anything or have we gained something? That's the theory. You already had a look in there because I read a bit about Pulborough, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, and Cynthia, I made a comment on your video. Cynthia Julian has chimed in as well.
Chimed in?
Chimed in.
I like
Excellent.
that word. She's chimed in. And what did Cynthia Julian chime in then?
Well, she agreed with me about the pond being next to Old Place Manor, so we're pretty sure we know where we're going.
It is.
Well, I've seen the map, so I know where it is.
So there might be a bit of detective work going on with these books because it's 1930? So it's about 80 years ago.
Yeah, I mean it mentions a waterfall that neither of us can think of.
Exactly. So
and all the little statues and figurines it says are in there.
So things obviously have changed, but how much have they changed? Now, if anybody's got one of these old guidebooks on their shelves and you no longer want it, do let me know because I would love to get my hands on it and see if we can't go out and do some walks like that. As we get into the autumn and the weather is changeable, it's nice to have a different kind of focus because if the weather is grim, we can have the focus of trying to get to these places and deciphering a bit of banter and a bit of fun. So that's what we're doing there. Get in touch with me. Best if you send me an email, richard@vobes.com. Let's have a look at the mixture here. That looks all very nice, doesn't it?
It does. I'm quite liking how it looks, doesn't it?
Looks delicious,
looks very,
yeah. And it's smelling nice. It's not bubbling profusely. How long is that supposed to take to cook?
It says 30 minutes to cook.
Grand. Now, we've got some poppadoms in front of us, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely poppadoms. These are Sharwoods, but other ones are available, just so you know. And I think we probably have to work our way up. So this I know, and I've tried it. This is what we got from the Chili Festival, and it's a sort of, what would you call it? It's a salsa, isn't it? It's like a salsa.
Yeah.
So we can dip into. Well, I haven't got a dish for this, but we'll just dip it. I should have got a little spoon actually.
We've got knives.
So we've got knives. Let's use knives. That would be good. So I think that's the mildish. We should start with that. Then maybe go to our sugar and spice. This says it's hot chili lime chutney. Try a bit of that, and then go to what is claiming to be, pretty hot, I would imagine, because it's Scotch bonnet. Do you think Scotch Scotch bonnet's pretty hot.
They are pretty hot, but they're flavourful. They're fruity flavour. That's what I like about them.
So this says hot and spicy with a citrus zing.
Yeah.
All very different, all very nice, I'm sure. So we're going to give those a try.
Another chili challenge.
Another chili challenge. Yeah. Now before we get going, because you've been involved on a chili challenge, have you not?
Yes. I.
Here's a picture where it's sporting your Timberland T-shirt.
Yeah. Different one.
So to explain what's going on here, then.
Basically, I was at a garden festival last Sunday.
A garden festival.
I had nominated myself to take part in the chili challenge.
Mm. And what does that involve? The chili challenge.
Well, it started with a series of 5 chili sauces.
Lovely.
There was a group of us who were trying them, and we worked our way through them. And they were pretty good. Got to the hottest one, and I was still, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And do you know what they were? Those hottish things?
Yes, I've actually got them at home. They're I was given the bottles as a prize.
Oh right. Oh okay.
So I've got them at home, and they're from one company up north somewhere. I can't remember where. But they were very nice. But then Lee, who's the guy on the left-hand side
with the microphone. Yeah.
Who's the skinny gin gardener.
Oh okay.
He pulled out some chilies.
Right.
And most of the other guys at that point decided to give it up. So it was left between me and one other guy. We had a ghost chili each, which we just ate whole.
A ghost chili?
A ghost chili.
Is that a very hot one?
It's meant to be a very hot one. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we had the scorpion chilies, which are one of the hottest.
Oh my! So above Scotch bonnet, then that's even hotter.
Yeah.
That's beginning to bubble.
Yeah,
by the way, just so you know. It's looking very good. So what happened?
Well, then we had the scorpion chilies, which were even hotter. We had 2 of those.
Oh, cool.
And that photo is probably after I've taken the 2 of them.
So you look okay on the right-hand side because you're giving that lady a nice cuddle, but you're looking a bit ill in the middle there, with your hands on your hips, going, "Oh my God, what is happening?" The lovely Julia can contest that when I've had a hot chili, that my whole head, face, and everything goes a little bit bizarre, because I had a coughing fit when and a sort of hot sizzly fit when I was in Glastonbury with her at an Indian restaurant, and I think it was just garnish that they put this chili on. I ate the whole thing whole and went a bit bonkers. Anyway, so let's get on with our chili. So this is our chili challenge.
I haven't finished the story yet.
Oh, is there more?
There's more.
Oh, sorry. I beg your pardon. Yes.
Yeah, I'm nearly there.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
But yeah. If you look at Lee in that picture,
hang
he's
on,
looking rather worried as well.
Yes,
isn't he?
he's looking a bit concerned.
Well, his mum was shouting at him to call it a draw because they didn't want to call an ambulance for us because we were both looking like that. So it was called a draw.
Oh, it was called a draw.
And I won the chili sauces and the first spade, and officially I'm the 2018 champion.
Oh, right.
Which means I've got to go back next year.
2018, along with this other bloke, presumably.
No, he forgo it.
Oh, he forgo it? Why?
I don't think he wants to do it next year.
Oh, I see. So you've got to go back next year, and if they can come up with something even hotter...
I've got to try again.
You've got to try again. My goodness. Okay, so nothing will throw you. So there we are. You're probably not the best measure of this, but you'll be able to tell us if some things are hot, won't you?
Yeah.
So let's grab a bit of this. We've got these poppadoms, so you can pop them on. You've got a knife, haven't you? Oh yeah, that's it. There we are. Thank you very much. So we're going to grab a bit of this, and this is more like a salsa. I haven't got a plate in here actually, but it doesn't matter. Here we go. It's a bit for you.
Right, thank you.
Gobble that down. Now I know what this is like. It isn't nice. I had a bit earlier with some sausages actually, and it's quite nice. It's it's very refreshing. It's mild. I think even Julia would get away with this. It might be the extreme for. Actually, I just had a hot bit.
It's got a tingle to it, hasn't it?
It's definitely got a tingle. I just got a very hot bit then, but it's nice, isn't it? And it sort of spices. Well, obviously it spices up, but it gives food a bit of a kick when it's just especially if you're doing something fast. I knew you were coming, and I didn't know how much you were going to cook. I cooked a couple of sausages and a potato, and I didn't have time to do gravy or anything like that. And I just thought, I'll throw a bit of this stuff on it. So I mean, I don't know how easy this is to get hold of. Pepperoncino or something. But it's just a light sultry stick. But this is really just to warm our palates. So now, Sugar and Spice apparently are watching. So, very kind of you to sit through all our drivel to get to the point where we're going to try your hot chili lime chutney. So I'm very keen. This has not been opened. I haven't looked at this at all. We got this at the Tractor Fest. Should say that he says trying to find where they are and who they're. Sugar and Spice. I guess if you just go to Sugar and Spice in Google and give it a good search, they're probably based in Kent, I'm guessing.
They might be in the comments.
Yeah, so no doubt in the comments, Sugar and Spice, if you're there, put your website in and all that kind of stuff. Richard, I'll let you open that up for the first thing. Let's see if there's any comments out and about whilst you're doing that. Joe says Sugar and Spice chutney are available at Biddington's Vineyard Shop. So there we are. Dan wants to know if Richard has ever roasted radishes.
Yes, in a way, and I mean, I find radishes a bit boring, to be honest, but roasted doesn't really change them. They're nice in a salad,
right?
When you want a bit of peppery, but roasted, it's not my thing.
Oh, okay. And so they're not hot enough for you. Is that what you're saying? Chilies? I mean, radishes. They're a bit peppery, but not your thing. But,
yeah, I like them, but they're not something I go mad for.
Oh, okay. Fair dues. Just before we go, I just want to mention that Steve says the book that's published by Southern Railway, have you seen the Art Deco style railway posters from that era? Certainly a lot of the stations around here have period features, and I expect a lot of the rural stations still have those local features too. So thanks for that, Steve. Yeah, no, they're lovely images, and we like all that. Turns out Julia could sing Happy Birthday in Arabic, but she can't now. So Maya can sing it in Hebrew instead. So Glenn, you're getting all the sing songs. Let's crack on. Sugar and Spice, let's get on with that. Let me just make sure we've got the right cameras all available. This is bubbling up very nicely. Just show you that. So let's stick your nose in there. What did have you?
Yeah, it smells nice.
Smells nice.
Yeah.
Oh, got the lime immediately.
Yeah.
I do like that. That smells good. Right, okay. Do you want me to be mother?
One side. Yeah, you go for it. Do you want these over?
Well, I will need them in a minute. Here we go. I don't know how hot this is. It's a chutney, so in theory you should just be able to wallop it on like this. So I have walloped it on. Here's a sample. I don't think the camera... Whoops, it's dribbling now. It's on the table. You take that one. And... oh, I've got a slightly bigger bit. So hopefully you've got some lime. Oh yeah, you can see
I got
a
some
bit of lime in
lime
there.
There's some peppers in there. There's some
Lovely.
other ingredients. No, my description there. Other ingredients.
Yeah, they're ingredients. And oh yeah. And that's nice because it's very limey, but not too limey. It's not, the lime doesn't take over everything, but it is lime.
It's got a nice, like, limey aftertaste, isn't it?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And again, you could put that on all sorts of things. Chicken, sausages, meat, in your salad, in your sandwich. Oh, yeah, and actually the chili takes a while, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you get that, so it comes to you gently, creeps up on you. I'm going to have a bit more.
Me too, then.
Okay, here, I'll let you do it. Oh, blimey. Sorry, I should have brought a cloth, shouldn't we? You know the thing we always forget? Always forget something. Should have brought a cloth. But yes, no, that's
This is lovely.
Sugar and Spice. And all things nice. That is delicious. And by the way, if you have any other products that you'd like us to try on the show, be more than happy. And I'm coming back to Biddington some point. We're into Kent. So it'd be great to come and do a pucker interview and maybe see how you cook these things and put them together and some of your recipes. If you're out there watching, the offer is on. Give you a bit of publicity. But that is delicious. I really like that. That's really nice. It says refrigerate once open and use within 6 weeks. 6 weeks is a fair time, if you ask me. Cool. It is quite hot though. Will warn you, Julia. I'm afraid that would blow your brains out. Everyone's only got one brain, haven't they? Sorry, I'm just having a bit more now.
It is good.
That is very nice. You can have a bit more, of course.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind.
Generous to a fault. That's delicious. That's really nice. We should do more of this. I want to do more exciting and thrilling things like eating in front of everybody else, and why not? Let's just have a quick gander at it. That's looking like it's maturing nicely in the pan, with all those tomatoes. What do you call it? What are you laughing at?
The chutney on the screen there.
The chutney on the screen. Oh, on our screen. Oh, you can't see it, but there's on my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even my screen's enjoying it.
No, this is a tomato and coconut curry.
Oh, yeah.
It's
You probably did tell me.
possibly.
Anna Redmond says, look at the bottom of the jar. Oh!
Oh, wow.
Here we go. Can you read it?
Yeah. Right. Sugar and... Oh, hang on. Can you hear me okay? Sugar and Spice Homemades, 73 Ehorn Street. I probably pronounced that wrong. Hollingbourne, Maidstone, Kent, ME17 1TS.
Thank you very much. Never thought of looking underneath, but that's a great idea. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, there we go. Homemades. So it'd be interesting to come and visit you in Maidstone. The home of TVS, as it used to be at one day, when I used to do a bit of television work. Anyway, less said about that, the better. This is looking really nice in there.
I'm going to give some of the sauce a try.
You're going to taste it, are you?
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that good?
That is good.
It is a bit soupy, though.
Well,
Stir that again. Does it thicken up?
I don't think it will thicken up, personally.
Right.
It's a bit... I mean, it might do. But it's a bit like like I said earlier, Thai green curry is quite soupy, isn't it?
Yeah, so we could have done with bowls, really. It'll go on the plate, all right?
Go on
won't
the
it?
plate,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll be fine.
We'll
We'll be fine.
use this.
It's live, ladies and gentlemen. It's live, for goodness sake.
We've got plenty of rice.
And it's only 8:30, just after 8:30 here in the UK. Where you are, it may be slightly different. Just check your time zones to ensure that you have got the correct time.
Well, Pauline's 8 hours behind.
Oh, is she? Where's Pauline? Where is she? In America?
Vancouver Island.
Oh, Vancouver Island. How nice.
One of my favourite places.
The raspberry jam from Sugar and Spice was utterly delicious. We tried it on yesterday's show. The lovely Julia has just reminded me. Thank you for that. And it is Sugar and Spice at the bottom of the jar. Yes, there we go. Fantastic. Yes, if you've got any more, or anybody else watching has got some products and stuff that you want us to try, do let us know. We'd be thrilled. We have one more to try. How long do you think you've got on that?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. So we're going to try the next one, then we'll have a quick look in the gallery and see what people have been posting. So now, how's your taste buds?
No, not good. Not good.
Good, okay. Let's stick the lid on that one.
I'm ready for more.
Ready for more. This is getting ourselves all worked up. Now, this is Scotch Bonnet. I'm going to shove a bit more in here. The lovely Jo Smith gave this to me because she actually purchased it. And then she said, oh, yeah, Richard, you could try it on the show. And I thought that would be a great idea. This is the Scotch Bonnet and Lemon Sauce by Up the Garden. I'm looking to see if they've got something underneath. A product of Kent. What does it say there? All about the flavour, not just the heat.
Really?
Oh, maybe it says something on the back. There's another label on the back. Didn't notice that.
Hot and spicy and alive with fresh Scotch bonnet chilies tempered by the citrus tang of lemon. This sauce can be used to liven up any meal. Can also be used as a marinade.
Fantastic. So the difference between this and the other one, to a certain degree, is that one's lemon and one's lime.
Yeah.
You've still got the chili. I don't know what the chilies are in the Sugar and Spice, but I can tell you they're bloody nice.
There's a website for this one as well.
Oh, yeah?
It's upthegardenchilies.co.uk.
Upthegardenchilies.co.uk. Right.
I might have to visit them one day as well.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I may have to visit them too. Maybe we'll go together. Right, so I've got this in a little ramekin, as you saw. No idea how much quantity, but obviously, it's a sauce, so it's not going to be a little top that's going to blow your brain out. Oh. Oh! That takes you by surprise. It's very mild at first. And then, when you're not looking, it gives you a stab.
Does it?
Yeah, well, remember, you have no taste buds. To the average person, ladies and gentlemen. Did you not get it? Maybe it went down my throat funny. Oh, you see, he's just bragging now. It's a shame.
Lovely.
It's a shame if you can't get a little bit of that. If it doesn't affect you.
It's lovely, but I'm personally not getting any heat. I tell a lie, I'm getting a little bit now.
It is lemony, and you get that lemony flavour and that sort of mild chilli flavour. And then when you breathe in...
No, it's very nice.
And then when you breathe in... I mean, it's not... It is quite... it is quite good. Now, you warned me that your curry is hot. Because you put some Scotch bonnets in.
I did put some Scotch bonnets in, yes.
Yeah.
So,
as hot as this stuff that we're having?
I don't think so. I mean,
No, okay.
I'm possibly not the right person to comment on that.
Well, it's what I mean is that mild to you? When you eat that, are you going? Oh, it's not
yeah.
nothing.
Well, I've never cooked this before, to be honest.
Right,
again,
okay, fair
and I've only tried the sauce, and that's got no heat at all.
Okay. It's warm, ladies and gentlemen. It's not it's not like blowing your brains out, but it's not really, as it says, it's not about the heat, it's about the flavour, and that is very like this one. What's nice is the flavour doesn't blow everything out of proportion. I mean, sorry, the heat doesn't blow everything out of proportion.
You want the flavour to blow things out of proportion.
The sweetened sugar and spice is great with that lime, and then this is sort of it's again, this one creeps up on you. It's lovely and mild, and you think, oh, there, that's nice. It's a good dipping one.
I'll tell you what I'd like to do with this is get some chicken and chicken thighs and just marinate it overnight, then pot it on the barbecue.
Oh, there you go.
And I think that would be really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So there we go. Marvellous. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for people who sent those in. That's great. You have some more. I'll go and have a quick look in the gallery. So on the gallery, ladies and gentlemen... Oh, that's nice and crunchy. On the gallery tonight, ladies and gentlemen, let's see who's been posting in the Bald Explorer group and what pictures they've been doing. We have to do the dance. Yeah, we've done that. Right, so somebody is hugging trees. Now, I wonder who that can be. It is Cynthia Walder having a tree hug, she says. Having a tree hug at Hatchlands Park National Trust. Well done. That's a nice big... It looks to me like an oak tree, a large oak tree by all accounts, but I may be wrong. This is good old George Timberley, who we met. Timperley, I beg your pardon. This is his Nan's 10-foot sunflower. I can only see the top of it because we've had to enlarge the picture to get it on the screen. But it's well done, George. Marvellous. And by the way, I should say George has been watching the show. We met him at Tractor Fest. It was lovely to meet you, George. Thanks for coming along. Fantastic. Moving on, this is Glenn Johnson, who's 50 today, and he's been to St Mary's Church in the marketplace of Wilton in Wiltshire. I drive past that the other day, actually. In England, he says. Yes, no, it's in England. And it was built in the 15th century. The church is open to visitors daily from 10 a.m. to 4 by an electronic door lock. So that's interesting. I can't see any door locks on those arches whatsoever, but maybe they are somewhere else. Probably so. Linda Kane, she says, I finally made it to the Prairie Garden near Henfield. Oh, yes, Sussex Prairie Garden. Absolutely gorgeous. She's taken some photographs and she's posted those. And it is nice. This is the place, she says, where Richard, and it's true, I did visit a couple of weeks ago, and she's so pleased that she went. Well done, Linda, and thank you for going on the recommendation. It's nice that sometimes the videos do actually entice people to go and explore these things. Maggie and Robbie Walters have stopped on their travels in Walter, the Cara camper van, to eat at the George Hotel in Chepstow, which that looks a lovely hotel next to what looks like the Chepstow's town gate, one of them. Who knows whether that's north, south and east, but I'm guessing if it's lunchtime that must be the north. That must be the north gate. I'm looking at the shadows. The sun must be behind us if it's lunchtime, because the position of the shadows. So that must be to the north. There we go. Bit of detective work. Thank you very much, Mr Vobes. Oh, he's so clever when he's on, isn't he? Now, is Mark Selwood out there? Is Mark... Look, he's looked like Action Man on this bridge. It's like, you know, anything... Or he looks like the prisoner, doesn't he? About to sort of leap into something. Or Danger Man. He's looking very dapper.
007, James Bond there.
Exactly. It's a shame he hasn't tucked his shirt in. He just looks a bit scruffy there. But anyway, just looking to see in the thing, is he there? Is he? Because we're all itching to know if there's a little bit of a love affair in the air. Is love in the air? We don't know. We don't know. He hasn't revealed. And Nikki, I notice, is also absent from tonight's show. So that must say something. Anyway, what am I going to say about that? He's had a lovely time for a few weeks on the minibus tour, visiting exceedingly quaint Cotswold villages, and also had lunch with my fellow passengers in the tour, owners of the beautiful secret cottage. Not so secret now you've told us, which is grand. Matthew Holdsworth is away on holiday at the moment. He says it's never too windy for a donkey ride. Don't tell the lovely Julia. Keep calling Julia Georgie. My lovely Georgie is in New Zealand. She's just arrived, actually. She's my daughter, of course. Never too windy for a donkey ride, although Josh looked perfectly petrified. He says he enjoyed it. This is at the beachfront in Weston-super-Mare. Look at that. The tide is out. Now, I don't know if you can see on your screen, but there's a whole load of... chutney that's oozed into... Oh, yes, no, that fell from earlier in the day on my screen, which was a bit daft. So well done, Matthew. Thanks for that. Here we've got this beautiful looking... It looks like a gypsy caravan. And this is Robert Crosser. He says, getting my bald on. Oh, yeah. He's taken himself off to Ashcombe Hall and Gardens, which, he says, is near the famous Lowther Castle, is it? Is that famous? And look at that little bit of what do you call it? The I keep wanting to say potpourri. The topiary. Yeah, it just sounded in the background there. I don't know whether that's yew or box trees, but it looks very nice, very pleasant. I don't know if he stayed in there. I think that's just an ornamental thing. But anyway, thanks, Robert. That's very kind. Coming to the end now, close to it. This is Wendy Wakelin. Hello, Wendy. I know you're out there. This is a monkey puzzle tree, she says, which her mum had grown from a seed. She's been trying to grow it for about 8 years, and it's still only 2 foot. Just goes to show it does take a long time to grow a tree.
Yeah, but they do get big, so...
Enjoy it whilst it's small,
yeah.
Whilst you can kick it and make a difference. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, in the group, finally, here we are, the back end of things. This is Simon Brown. He's looking at the narrow boats in St Neots, close to where he lives at Soken Eton in Cambridgeshire. And yes, it'd be very nice to get on a narrow boat. The lovely Julia and I keep saying that we're going to do that. We're going to hire a narrow boat and have the experience of trying to navigate up and down a canal. A canal, don't you know? Yes.
Canal.
A canal. Fanal. Oh. So that's our plan. Anyway, thank you very much for all of those. Let's have a look, see if there's any comments before we move on. It'll be interesting to see. Nikki is in the room, but Mark is here for a second only. Oh, why is that? Have you worn him out, Nikki? That's what I want to know. And has she spilt the beans? Is there love in the air, or is it just a very close friendship? That's what we want to know. This is a bit like Love Island, isn't it? I've heard about this program, never seen it. I keep hearing people talk about Love Island. And I thought, how do islands fall in love? You heard it? Seen it?
Yeah, no.
No, I've never heard it. Anyway, we want to know, Nikki.
I've got a life.
You've got a life, exactly. Busy life. Comment for the evening is from Paul Couchman, who says, as you tried the hot one, oh dear. Oh dear. Apparently, Up the Garden people live next door to Sue Boone. Oh, is that true? There we are. That's very nice.
Have a barbecue and pop next door for some ingredients.
And some wisecracker has said, noticing that I talked about the fire brigade arriving opposite me the other day, says, yeah, the fire brigade maybe are making a second visit of the week to your house if that sauce is too hot. Very cheeky. Anna Redman is that Redman or Reedman? Is actually Sugar and Spice. She is there. So thank you, Anna. We've very enjoyed it. If you've got any more, send them over. We'll give them a good plug.
It was lovely.
That's it. So how are we doing? We got 45 minutes. So let's find out how the dish is going.
I think it's about there.
Oh, let's have a quick look in the cam. See, it has changed colour. Look at that. It's got a nice mahogany brown. Well, maybe not mahogany brown. Maybe a walnut brown. Maybe that's too dark.
I'm going to say tomato red.
Oh, it's a nice tomato. Oh, yes. On the camera, it's looking browner, but in real life, it's looking delightful.
So,
are you going to dish that up? I'm just having a sneaky bit more of this stuff. Oh, I can't get it. There we go, look.
So I've nearly finished that one off, sorry.
Yeah, I noticed that. Let's move that out of the way.
Have a plate.
Thank you very much. So this is more like a Thai curry.
Yeah,
but it's not, you're not Thai. You're not tied to the studio. We cooked some rice earlier. Yeah. We didn't mention that before, but it saves, because we've only got... So the thing about cooking in this show is you can do all of this, you can copy us, because we only have one... not grill, what would you call it? Stove. Hobnob. But we have actually cooked rice here. Now, Mr Suggett, probably stone cut. No, it's still warm, actually.
Still warm. I did put the lid on. It's
well,
steamed
put
quite
that
well.
there so people can see.
Just needs a good forking.
A good what?
Good forking.
Oh,
just
good forking.
Fluff it out of it.
Forking rice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there's plenty more.
Yeah, no, that's great for me. Thank you very much. Whilst we do that, Mr Suggett has an interesting thing that he bungs up. Everybody likes to got their own version of where am I in Sussex, or what is this place, or whatever. He calls his Find Me Friday, and you posted this. I'm not quite sure when you posted it. Well, obviously today, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, this evening.
So here is the picture, and people have been trying to work out where it is. I think I knew where it was, and a number of other people have obviously thought where they think it is. Let's ask the lovely Richard where it actually is.
It is in Winchester, as you guessed, as many others guessed as well.
It is in Winchester. Do you know the name of the mill that is?
Off the top of my head, no. It's just a watermill.
It's just a watermill.
As you come into town, there's actually a museum. Part of the
if I remember rightly, it's very close to the Alfred statue.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, and you can walk along that pathway, and you get down to, if you keep following it, to the Cross Hospital.
Yes.
The cross of, the angry one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to
get the other.
Get the serving spoon. Yeah,
it's got a slotted. So.
Oh well, right. Okay, yeah.
Pour it on.
Pouring it in. Yeah, hang on. Let me raise it up so people can see.
No,
that's great. Yeah, thank you. It's all about letting people see. There we are. Look. How about that? So that looks really nice and smells revolting. But, I've tasted your food before.
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
No, it smells delicious, actually. Now, somewhere, we've got black pepper, haven't we?
We have a...
But I will taste it, don't worry. I shall taste it before I put the black pepper in, I know.
We've got salt as well, if you want.
We've got a little bit of salt as well. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, this is all grown in Richard's garden. Apart from the rice, he hasn't got the paddy field, I don't think.
And the coconut or the ginger isn't either. Or the curry powder or the beef stock.
So not all of it is from it, but the bulk ingredients.
Yes.
Yes. So let's find out from his nibs. What do you think?
Ooh, that is nice.
Ooh, if you don't say so yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to get a nice tingle from the ginger and the Scotch bonnet.
Actually, it's quite mild, isn't it? I mean, there is a kick, a delayed kick, and as you say, you get the ginger. Oh yes, it's in those after. It's take a pause, and you start to taste it all. Yeah, it's all like exploding in your mouth. Yeah, got the ginger.
It's not one you want to rush.
No, it's delightful. And the thing is, there's no meat in there. So you've not got no meaty flavours affecting it, although we have got, of course, we had a beef cube in there, which we won't go on about. Well, that's just rice I've got. But the juice, funny enough, the coconut is not a strong flavour, is it?
No, not the coconut milk anyway.
The coconut milk, no. So you're not, if you can, some people like coconut in some things and other things. I never used to like Bounty bars because I didn't like the flavour of the coconut in the Bounty bar because it seemed a weird flavour. But this is actually very delicious.
I don't know if every now and then you get a whole tomato or cooked tomato.
Oh, yes. And because they're your fresh tomato, I mean, this is the trouble. Unless you get proper tomatoes, don't get the cheap tomatoes from the supermarkets because you just, they're watery, aren't they?
They taste like cotton wool, I think, is a common thing. But that's because they are there to sell for shelf life and things like that.
Some people peel their tomatoes, don't they? Take the skin off.
Yeah, that's actually quite easy to do. You just pour boiling, or prick it, and then pour boiling water, and they slide off.
I have to say,
but I don't.
thoroughly enjoying this. This is lovely.
That's got the rest of the show sorted. They're just going to have to watch us eat now, aren't they?
I know. Well, you see, normally you see on these shows, if you watch the telly, they'll take a few tastes and shove it on the side. And you think, what a waste of good food. Now, the heat is building as you eat. I can feel it on the inside of my mouth, lining the inside. But it's all those flavours come through. It's not just the heat. That's the thing. What I'm going to do is, as sugar and spice are out there, I'm going to put a little bit of chutney on the side because I think that will just add a little something.
I'm going to do the same.
Help yourself, and put that with some of the veg and just mix it up a bit because why not? And actually, this is a meal that is hot. You have to you've got to be a chilli fan. Oh, there is heat. But look, my nose isn't running, my eyes aren't running, my ears aren't running, my mouth is running.
You look a little on the red side. Do
I?
Yeah, but on the screen you don't look red, but to me you do.
Yeah, well, there's an anti-red taker thing around.
Right.
No, it's lovely. That is very nice. Let's just check, see if there's any comments. People are running away. Special mention to Sarah Ann and Margaret Peacock, who never get their comments read out.
Well, Sarah Ann is my Canadian cousin.
Hello.
And Margaret Peacock is, we'll describe her as my stepmother.
Okay.
Not the wicked stepmother. She's lovely.
If you don't get your if you don't get your comments mentioned, it's because Mr. Pilfold hasn't been copying and pasting them and sending them to us, because we're reading the special Vobomatic message thing. Everyone thinks it looks nice except Andy Ash, who's wanting to see how much goes down your T-shirt. So, typical Andy Ash, that is. Yeah. More gossip. Mark Selwood and Nikki have met my mother. So you lot can guess what the relationship is. Oh, right. I'm not quite sure which one. Mark Selwood, Nikki has met my mother. Has Nikki met Mark Selwood's mother?
I think that's what they're saying, yeah.
Oh, right. So we now want to know, how long has this been going on for?
There's a gossip alert.
Oh, gossip alert. Where's that?
Mark Selwood has said, me and Nikki are very, very close, aren't we, Nikki?
Oh. We better be buying a box of chocolates and some roses.
Are we going to have to buy a new hat?
A new hat? You're sweating.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Wow.
You put your hand around your nose like that.
Oh, yeah, so I am. Wow.
I'm not sweating, ladies and gentlemen. Just, making you aware. I will be if he stares at me like that. Look, I'm going to put some black pepper on. I don't care. I like to live dangerously. So we've got to do that. Now, I was going to talk to you about Willow, ladies and gentlemen, because I went to a fascinating place the other day, did a tour around Willow, didn't take any video because they weren't ready for me to do that. But I'm going to save that for Monday's show. Bank Holiday Monday, ladies and gentlemen. What are we doing on Bank Holiday Monday? I'm not quite sure. And also, Mr. Kevin Hall has sent in some videos, which I haven't played in today. I shall be playing those in on Monday. Thank you, Kevin, for all of that. Vicky says it's making her feel very hungry. She's going to have some cheese on toast. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Hey-ho. Andy Ash is a bit upset. He says he likes me really. We love you, Andy Ash. We love you, honestly. I wasn't getting at you at all. No beer, no lager. We don't need it at the moment. That's Dave Ford. Is that the same Dave Ford that I'm seeing tomorrow? That would be that's interesting. I think I'm seeing Dave Ford tomorrow. I have to look again in my diary. My brain's all over the place at the moment.
You forgot who I was earlier.
Yeah, I never know who anybody is in this world. One more quick glance at that. That's plenty more, which will be lovely. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the show.
Already?
I know. Where does it go?
I know. It's flown by.
I know. Isn't that amazing? We've talked about the book. We've talked about Dying Like a Servant. We didn't get to the Willow, the chilli photo. We saw your chilli photo. We've looked in the group, and we've done the Find Me Friday. That was all that was on my list, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say, this is really great. Where can we get the recipe from?
I got it from a book from Aldi, which is probably no longer available. Mm-hmm. But as it's gone down so well,
yeah,
I'm going to have to make it again, and I will put it on my website in the near future.
In the near future, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but this is good. I'm really enjoying this.
And if you didn't get the recipe, you can always watch the video again shortly on Facebook or on YouTube and note it down yourself. And if you do that, bung it in the comments. It saves Richard all that hard work.
Yeah, that does save me a lot of work.
You know, because people often say, "Oh, can you do this? Can you put them in the comments? Could you do that? Could you add all this?" And people don't realise. It's like, oh gosh, there's all this extra work. And we've been sitting here working very hard, talking to, and enjoying these wonderful products, which have been great. But yeah, if you want to know any more about these products, do Google them. And put the links in the description. But Richard, it's been an absolute joy.
It's a pleasure as well, as always. Thank you for having me, everyone.
It's fantastic to have you. It is the bank holiday weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So no videos going up, but I am out tomorrow filming, doing a walk, which is going to be fantastically interesting. Monday I'll be back, and usual time on here on the Vobes Show. Don't know what's happening on Monday, no idea, other than I've got these Willow pictures to go through. But otherwise, anything could happen.
There you go.
Might take Bessie out. Who knows? Might take Bessie out. She hasn't been out since the Tractor Fest.
She needs a walk every now and then, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. Otherwise she gets a bit lame. Poor love. Julia, the lovely Julia says, "Don't leave yet, Richards. You're not done, and Vobes ain't sweating." Don't leave yet, Richards. Oh, Richard S. You're not done.
Richards. Both of us.
Oh, both of us. Yes. Oh, yes. And, yeah, it's fine. Vicky says, "Show went fast. Enjoy your weekends." Thanks very Vicky. We mentioned about her how hungry was. That's great. So thank you very much. But we do have to go. You know what they say. Leave them wanting more. And not only that, in the pot, there is some more. So we might have some seconds.
I'll probably have thirds as well, to be honest.
He's a greedy bugger, isn't he? He's a greedy bugger.
It's so good.
It is very good.
I'm really pleased with this one.
Excellent. Well, I'm so thrilled. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. So, you know what I'm going to say?
When you hear this music.
When you hear this music, you know that the Richards have got to go. A right pair of dicks they are, but they're going to finish off their din-dins. And don't forget, also, tune in to the veggrowerpodcast.co.uk.
That's correct.
To find out more about what Richard gets up to when he gets up to things, which he does every week, a podcast and a video. He's as prolific as me. And of course, you can check out the Bald Explorer at baldexplorer.com. But from us, thank you so much for watching. It's been absolutely fantastic. We've loved every minute of it. But we have to say, arrivederci. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. That was full of life, wasn't it? Goodbye.
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 Goodbye.